The Hunger Games, Panem. Panem is what happens when the world ends and someone says, let's rebuild society, but make it a fashion show where kids murder each other on live TV. Welcome to a future where inequality is the main event, and your local government has a highlight reel of teen-on-teen violence. The Capitol runs everything. They're rich, overdressed, and completely out of touch. Picture people who treat human suffering like an aesthetic. Everyone outside their bubble lives in districts that basically function as open-air factories. Your choices are mining, starving, or becoming the unlucky tribute drawn from a bowl of doom. The Hunger Games are packaged as tradition, but really they're just televised punishment. A yearly reminder that the Capitol can reach into your life and take the people you love, then make you clap about it. And if you survive, congrats. You're now a walking trauma commercial, paraded around like a celebrity while quietly unraveling inside. Winning doesn't free you. It just makes you a permanent part of the spectacle. Panem doesn't need you to believe in it. It just needs you too scared to resist. Children of Men. In Children of Men, humanity's big extinction event is shockingly chill. No aliens, no war, just infertility. One day, humans stop having kids. And 18 years later, the world is basically running on fumes and cigarettes. Countries crumble, infrastructure collapses, and hope becomes a luxury item nobody can afford. The UK manages to stay afloat, but functioning now means barbed wire, mass surveillance, and immigration policies that are, let's say, not subtle. Refugees are treated like criminals, and everyone else walks around like they've already given up. Then, out of nowhere, someone shows up pregnant. Naturally, instead of celebrating, everyone immediately starts panicking. Militias want her, governments want her, and random strangers want to help, which usually means use her like a political prop. This isn't a future filled with fire. It's one where the light's already gone out. The system doesn't kill you outright. It just forgets to keep you alive. 1984. 1984 is the granddaddy of dystopias, not because of lasers or monsters, but because it makes you terrified of your own brain. Big Brother isn't just watching you, he owns you. In this world, you're punished not for breaking the law, but for thinking about it. The government rewrites history daily and invents a new language, newspeak, to shrink your vocabulary until rebellion becomes grammatically impossible. Want freedom? Too bad, that word doesn't exist anymore. Privacy is a myth. The moment you close your eyes, the system's already scanning your heartbeat for signs of betrayal. And if you slip up, they don't just erase you, they rebuild you until you love the people who ruined your life. 1984 isn't loud or bloody, it's tight, suffocating control, where even your dreams aren't safe. And the worst thing you can do is remember a time before all this felt normal. Attack on Titan, The Walls. Attack on Titan starts with the question, what if giants ate people? And ends with, what if the real monsters were the government, colonialism, and generational trauma? The last remnants of humanity live behind massive stone walls, terrified of the titans lurking outside. At first it's simple, monsters bad, humans good. But plot twist, the Titans are humans, victims of a twisted cycle of revenge, lies, and ancient war crimes. Inside the walls, a rigid class system and a government that gaslights the population into obedience. Outside the walls, an entire world that was told you were evil and now wants you dead. The truth is buried so deep that uncovering it feels like digging through centuries of propaganda. The soldiers in the Survey Corps, they're brave, sure, but mostly they're human meat shields, thrown at monsters with grappling hooks and zero job security. Attack on Titan isn't just bleak, it's emotionally exhausting in the best way. A world where no one's really right, and every victory feels like losing with extra paperwork. The Maze Runner WCKD. The Maze Runner begins with every teenager's worst fear, waking up with no memory surrounded by strangers and realizing your new home is a death trap built by a science fair dropout with control issues. WCKD, the organization behind it all, is trying to cure a zombie-making virus by running human lab rats through increasingly unhinged obstacle courses. Step 1, dump them in a maze. Step 2, throw in robotic death spiders. Step 3, wait and see who cracks first. Survive the maze? Cool, now try a desert, a ruined city, and betrayal from people you trusted 5 seconds ago. It's not even a puzzle anymore. It's just trauma in stages. The worst part? WCKD thinks they're the good guys. Every broken teen, every loss, every horror show, all for the greater good. But when everyone's disposable, that good starts to feel like a bad joke. In this world, survival is just the pretest. The real experiment starts after you think it's over. THX 1138. George Lucas's THX 1138 is what happens when the future gets too clean. No color, no emotion, just people moving through white corridors like depressed iPhone ads. In this society, everyone takes drugs to suppress feelings. Love, joy, sadness, all chemically deleted. You're not born, you're assembled. Everyone looks the same, dresses the same, and acts like a spreadsheet learned how to walk. Religion is automated. Therapy is a pre-recorded voice asking if you're functioning within acceptable margins. And if you stop taking your meds, you're now a threat to the system, which responds with robot cops, electric batons, and billing you for the cost of your own arrest. There are no riots, no explosions, just silence. Endless, sterile silence. It's dystopia by design, so smooth and numbing that resistance doesn't even know where to begin. THX 1138 doesn't scream at you. It waits patiently while you forget how to scream at all. Snowpiercer. Snowpiercer is climate change, class warfare, and culinary horror, all wrapped in a train that never stops. After the world freezes over, humanity's last survivors live on a self-sustaining locomotive circling the globe. Forever, the train's divided by class. The front cars, sushi, schools, saunas. The back cars, overcrowded, starving, dark. And, oh yeah, your food might be ground-up bugs. Maybe. Hopefully. The people in the tail are kept obedient through fear, propaganda, and the occasional brutal punishment. But as the years roll on, revolution brews, because there's only so long you can eat protein bricks and pretend it's fine. Every train car is a different flavor of weird, rave clubs next to classrooms, cultish education, engine worship. It's not just survival, it's survival with theme parks. Eventually, the passengers start asking the big questions. Is this train actually going somewhere? Or are we just circling a frozen planet, trapped in a system that only works if someone else suffers? Fahrenheit 451. In Fahrenheit 451, firemen don't put out fires, they start them, specifically to burn books, because books make people think, and thinking makes people feel, and feelings. Major buzzkill. So society decides it's better to just erase anything that makes people uncomfortable. Books are banned. Walking outside is weird. Asking questions is dangerous. And instead of conversation, everyone zones out in front of giant interactive TV walls that call them family. There's no big dictator forcing this. People wanted it. They asked for comfort over complexity, speed over reflection, and distraction over depth. When things got messy, they chose to light a match instead of deal with it. The people who still read, treated like lunatics. The people who remember, hunted, because nothing is scarier to a shallow world than someone who refuses to forget. Fahrenheit 451 doesn't destroy with fire, it destroys with apathy. And somehow, that burns worse. Congratulations, you survived another trip through humanity's worst ideas. If you're into that kind of emotional damage, feel free to subscribe. We're just getting started. See you next time, if nothing finds you first.